Welcome to the BoshNRoll channel. If you want to support my daily Eternal Magic offerings while getting amazing perks like the BoshNRoll Discord community, have me play your deck on the channel, or listen sideboard guides before tournaments, check out the Patreon or YouTube membership program. This channel is possible because of these amazing sponsors. Check them out, all their links are in the video description. As always, thanks for being here. Let's go play some Magic. Welcome back to the BoshNRoll channel. Today I'm playing Modern at the request of Patreon subscriber Chris. And this is Chris's take on Fires of Invention. How the Mighty have fallen with this one. This thing defined the standard format it was legal in. It defined Pioneer in the early days of that format. Now it is a bulk rare that sees play basically nowhere. But it's still fun and powerful. 3 and a red enchantment. You can cast spells only during your turn, and you can't cast more than 2 spells per turn. You may cast spells with mana value less than or equal to the number of lands you control without paying their mana costs. So in exchange for your spells being free, you'll only get 2 of them and you can't play any instants. Pretty powerful. And Chris has built this into a taking turn shell with Savor the Moment and Time Warp, and ways to copy your extra turn spells. And if you can't spend mana on your turn for your spells, and you can't cast that many spells in a turn, Planeswalkers are perfect in both regards. Planeswalkers kind of get a small effect similar to a spell without counting as a spell every turn. They don't care if all your lands are tapped for Savor the Moment, and you can just chain a bunch of turns together and activate your Planeswalkers until you have either a dead opponent or overwhelming advantage. That's the goal anyway. There's green in the deck for Explore, Farseek, and Growth Spiral to try to accelerate this stuff out. We really want to have a Fires or a Narset on turn 3 most of the time. These are the engines that really start letting you take a bunch of turns in a row, and then the rest of the deck falls in. There's not a lot of interaction in this deck. You don't really get to play counterspells because they don't work a lot of the time because of Fires. I have a few in the sideboard, Mystical Disputes and Subtleties kind of things, just for matchups where that's really important. But we're really trying to curve Teferi into one of these 4s and then just start going as far as interaction goes. There's a small amount of removal in the deck. Teferi can bounce. There's 1 Supreme Verdict. And Chandra can sweep up small creatures or pick off 1 big one. But mostly, once we start chaining turns together, we don't care about enemy creatures anymore. That's the theory here. Let's see if this bears out. We're going to try to resolve a powerful 4-drop and then take a bunch of turns in a row. 3-for-1 Trading is one of Europe's leading Magic the Gathering retailers. Their online shop has a fantastic selection of high-end Magic cards, especially for vintage, legacy, and old-school players. They now exclusively offer the BoshNRoll community free, fully insured, and fast worldwide shipping on all their high-end singles, full sets, and out-of-print sealed product. They upload new cards every Wednesday with weekly sale offers and reductions. Use my code BNR0723 to get free worldwide shipping on your first order over €341, approximately $380. Scan the QR code or go to shop.3for1trading.com. I'm on the play in round 1 with a hand that has 3 mana lined up and an acceleration piece. I'm going for it. Opponent kept 6. I'm going to lead on Misty Rainforest. This can get basic forest if I need to conserve my life total, or I can just go nuts if I don't. Looks like some merfolk in the chat. I am going to get basic forest and Cycle Lorien Revealed. I probably have to get Steam Vents here. Steam Vents, zap that in, explore, and I get to play Hallowed Fountain. Missed on the land draw. Both my draw for turn and the draw for explore were not lands. I can try to shove Teferi this coming turn if I don't draw the land. Tide Shaper, let's see what they try to take me off of. Green, okay, cool. Come on, land. Kind of. Okay, Island Cycle for... I don't really want to take more damage, but I do like making them think I care about green. But if I play Teferi and bounce the creature, this will unlock my green. I'm going to bounce the Tide Shaper. And they can put Tide Shaper back in. It doesn't wreck a land anymore, but it does kill Teferi. Wonder if I was just supposed to plus there. Okay, Teferi's dead. And Fires of Invention, let's go. Can we do it? It's in. I'm going to try to take an extra turn here. Okay, You get an extra turn. Drawing a land would be the nuts. We're in there. All right, Rockrun Triome. Narset cast with fires. Give my next instant or sorcery rebound, which does count as casting a spell for the count. Tidebinder. All right, I got my Tidebound. And that's mostly fine. I can still Time Warp. Those are my 2 spells. The Seiju can kill Aether Vial. I'm going to start with that because that does not use one of my spells for the turn. And whatever you got here, let's see it. Master of the Pearl Trident. Cast a Fairy with fires. I'm going to bounce Tidebinder. Plus Narset. If the top card is a non-creature, I can put it in my hand. Ugh. So I just get to look at that. That's what that card does. All right, cast Farseek with fires. I'm going to get Commercial District and Surveil 1. Chandra Awakened Inferno. Put that right on the tippity top. Okay, my Planeswalkers are going to be beat up here, but I have a pretty good one on top. However, I know they have a Tidebinder, which means stifling the Chandra sweep would be a big deal. Lord of Atlantis. Please don't have a land. Medallion Hexcatcher. Shit. Or no, that doesn't matter. Okay. They can attack me for 9 here or kill both my Planeswalkers. Right, they're going for the walkers. That's fine. Chandra is going to sweep up this entire board. They would need Subtlety. Cast with fires. Can't be countered. You could try. 3 damage to each non-elemental creature, which means the Hexcatcher dies, which makes the Lord smaller, and then everything dies. Sick. Narset. And I'm going to plus. What is the final ability? All right, your opponents can't cast non-creatures, whatever. Narset, put this into my hand, please. Okay. We're not taking turns, but wait, I do have a powerful Planeswalker. Multiple powerful Planeswalkers in play. Yeah, there we go. We're on fire. Brotherhood's End coming in here. Subtlety and Mystical Dispute are relevant. Dress Down's relevant. I'm not going to board this many cards. Unlikely. I'm just lining up the things that have some text. Fires does read you can only cast spells on your turn, not you can only cast spells at sorcery speed, which is an important distinction when we're talking about Subtlety and Mystical Dispute. The Brotherhood's Ends are definitely coming in. Subtlety can help slow things down. Dispute can help fight over the fires, but if I cast fires and then Mystical Dispute to protect it, those are my 2 spells for the turn. Once fires resolves, it will know that I have cast 2 spells already and stop me from doing any more. It's not like the count starts when fires resolves. Now, what do I board out? Because the package is pretty tight here. I think it's some of the Explorers. I like Farseek better than Explorer, actually. Maybe these should actually be in the other direction. Farseek guarantees to hit the land. Explorer is better if you already have fires out, though. That's actually an interesting balance. I'm just going to do the Brotherhood's End, skip the Subtleties, Dress Downs, all that stuff, and try to run it like this. Got a handful of sweepers and a powerful plan. I will keep this hand. It's kind of mid, but I'm still in for it. Sanctum, Cenote Scout. Okay, we are Simic Merfolk, and they just picked up a Misty Rainforest for their trouble. I'm going to fetch probably Commercial District with this land. I'm currently safe from Shoshana's Tidebinder. Medallion Hexcatcher. That can counter important things like Teferi. A Commercial District, get some selection. Savor the moment, not what I want at this time. I'd love a ramp spell after boarding several out. The audacity of me to ask for one. A Breeding Pool tapped, and I'll pass. Attack for 3 and pass with 3 mana up. Whatever could that be? I could have sequenced this better. I could have played Sacred Foundry last turn and been set up better to not take 2 damage here. All right, they drew in response. They can sack one of their Merfolk to counter this. Yeah, okay. But that takes a bunch of pressure off the board. And it makes it easier to resolve fires. The fact they try to draw in response makes me think they have either Force of Negation or Mystical Dispute in their deck. Okay. They very clearly are representing Tishana's Tidebinder. They either have that or nothing. And I doubt they have nothing. If I play fires now, I know they can counter it. Yeah, go ahead. It takes the Lord out of play, if that is what happens, yeah. Okay. Now 0 pressure. And tapped Breeding Pool in the end step. No creature flashed in. Mutavault. Someday that's a creature. Savor the moment, Narset. I'm going to play Narset. And Subtlety is the play. I'm going to put Narset to the bottom. That's not actually what I'm looking for right now. Subtlety gets to bash. Life total getting low. I could be at 10 if I sequence my lands correctly here. Tide Shaper, take me off white. Yep. Hey, what does this Chandra actually do? Add 2 mana any combination of colors. Not useful. Exile the top 5 cards of your library until the end of your next turn. You can cast an instant or sorcery from among those cards. -X deals X each of up to 2 targets. I mean, that rasts their board. Guess we're doing that. Tishana's Tidebinder is going to kill me if they have that card. Here we go. Any counterspell, any stifle will win the game. Yep. That will do 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, dead. Okay. They got me. All I wanted that game was a ramp spell and didn't draw one. Maybe I should be looking somewhere else for my cuts. Seagate Restoration, only kind of a land. And I do have 23 lands anyway. Especially on the play, getting that turn ahead of all their days effects is pretty big. I could cut a save for the moment and just make sure I'm ramping, and then I still have 7 extra turn spells. Okay, I can explore here. Keep. Hedge Maze gets an extra look at my bonus land draw. I have Brotherhood's End, double red, nowhere in sight though. Hedge Maze, Island on top. Botanical Sanctum, Island, Explore, Hallowed Fountain tapped, and pass it. Okay, this is the start I wanted. I'm going to play Boseiju so they can't just daze me with a Vidalian Hexcatcher. It's going to cost them 2 cards, Force or Subtlety here. Force Pitching Subtlety, perfect. Okay, cool. And I'm going to cycle Lorien Revealed in their upkeep before they're representing Tishana's Tidebinder on that. Svalin of the Sea and Sky. That one survives Brotherhood's End. If I can Steam Vents tapped and play Narset, and plus Narset, maybe get a card here. Grow Spiral to my hand. Okay. Gonna have to try to outmuscle this Svalin because I can't kill it. They get to draw a card when it attacks. They are pressuring the Narset. Okay. I can Brotherhood's End now. That's not actually good. All right. Activate Narset. I hope they do Tidebinder this shit. They didn't. Well, that's a bummer. Because if they counter the Time Warp, I don't get any turns. Rebound doesn't protect you from counter spells. I guess all I can do is send it, though. And I could savor the moment. Then I don't untap for multiple turns, though. Okay, I'm going to play around the thing I can play around. And I'm going to Time Warp and hopefully do it twice. Wow! Okay, they just had nothing. Yeah, I was worried about all this open blue mana, but if their hand's just full of merfolk, we're going off here. Let's go. On to the next round. This video is sponsored by Moxfield.com, the easiest way to build Magic decks online. Moxfield supports over 30 formats, including Legacy and everything else you'll see on this channel. There's multiple customizations so you can interact with your deck how you want. Views such as text, grid, or stacks, and groupings like type, subtype, color, color identity, even artist. The site offers light mode, dark mode, and so much more. However you want to see your deck, Moxfield can provide it for you. Follow my Moxfield to keep up with the channel and what I'm playing in paper. I'll see you there. I'm on the play for round 2. I have an Explore and a Growth Spiral and the mana to cast them. I'm in. Gotta love that commercial district fountain mana base. Just perfect. Opponent kept 7, and we've got an Urborg. End step, fetch commercial district as promised. Surveil 1. Teferi, I will keep. Teferi is just good in basically all situations forever. And I'm going to explore, use the sorcery while it both doesn't cost me life and I have mana up anyway. Funeral Charm to make me discard a card in response. Oh, we're playing against 8-rack? That's cool. Okay. I probably discard Savor the Moment here and try to set up. I want to keep cards that are good on their own versus this deck that's certainly going to be full of discard. Thoughtseize, okay. Let's see what they're worried about here. Teferi is a solid magic card, but Lorien Revealed is the one that counters their whole deck. And they did go with Lorien Revealed. Urza's Saga, okay. Oh no, don't discard me again. The Rack. Okay, the Rack's fine. I can bounce Urza's Saga. The rack deals damage to me equal to X is 3 minus the number of cards in my hand. Basically, for each card less than 3 in my hand. I can bounce Urza's Saga, set them back a land here. That's a huge deal. Fires, okay. Hall of Storm Giants right now while it's in and safe. And let's try to light them up. Black, black. Extract the truth. Target opponent reveals their hand. You may choose a creature, enchantment, or planeswalker. No! I have a very good enchantment in my hand. Alright, fine. And I take 1 from the rack. It's happening. Plus Teferi. I can set this Urza Saga back again. And then also cast Growth Spiral. That sounds good. Just tempo gaming. Okay, pass the turn. Time Warp. Pretty nice. Would have been nicer if I had that Fires of Invention. Creature, enchantment, or planeswalker. Okay. My hand currently has none of those things. End step Growth Spiral. We're trying to do something here, but I have a Teferi. Yep, stop it. Misty Rainforest. I take more damage if I put this in, but I'm really trying to win the game with Hall of Storm Giants real quick. I'm going to fetch the Hedge Maze. Get some selection. Okay, if I keep this, I can mush with the 7/7. Yeah, I'm going to leave that on top. I'm going to take 2 damage every turn, but they're going to take 7. Hall of Storm Giants. I'm going to use Urborg for mana on the Windswept Heath rather than fetch. And let's try to get it 1 here. They do have another mana for Urza Saga. And Extract the Truth is such a weird card compared to playing Thoughtseize or Inquisition of Kozilek or even Wrenchmind. This was exactly the thing that they needed there. Okay, I take 2. They're still trying to do stuff in my upkeep that doesn't work. Plus Teferi. And I'm just going to mush for 7. Okay, so if they make 2/2, becomes a 3/3, and then they tutor, becomes a 4/4, they get a second rack. They can attack for 4, and then I take 5/6. I'm still alive there winning that race. I'm not going to play this land. And they can't Fatal Push this thing because they have Teferi. They're still tapping mana. You can make a Construct token. You can't do anything else. Okay. Yeah, if they want to go into Chump Block mode, that's fine with me, because then Teferi's under no pressure. If they are going to go into Chump Block mode, I think they should take 7 now, make the other Construct, get another rack, kill Teferi, and then start blocking. I think if they start blocking now, they're just giving up any momentum they might have. Okay, cool. They seem to have come to the same conclusion. They might even play a Pithing Needle, and then, well, Teferi being in play isn't the important part here. Teferi being stopping their removal spells is the important part. They're not making a Construct. They're getting Pithing Needle. Oh, that would name the Hall. Right. That is the correct way to play Pithing Needle here. Yep, Hall of Storm Giants named. Opponent at 4. Teferi is dead to combat if they want it. Liliana of the Veil. I'll discard this land. Mishra's Factory. I think their hooks are in, and I might be out of luck here. They are attacking Teferi. Is even taking extra turns. I just take extra turns into the rack. And there's the Funeral Charm they've been trying to cast for 2 turns now. Alright, I need some big spells. That can be a pretty big spell. Okay, Narset is cast. Look at my top card. Lauren Revealed can go to my hand. It will go away immediately, so I should Island Cycle and get Steam Vents, and then play that tapped. I just lose it anyway to the Liliana. Their hooks are all the way in. I don't feel favored. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm at 2 on board. Oh, they had another Spirit in the graveyard. I didn't even see that happen. Legal and Modern. Me learning this right now. Mishra's Factory, another one. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, they actually have lethal right now if they fully commit. Because the Mishra's Factory is an artifact, and then the second one can pump the first one. That's 3, 7, 10. Yeah, you got it. You got it if you go for it. You have to have the courage to ignore my Planeswalker. They did animate the Mishra's Factory, and they animated the correct one, not the one with Summoning Sickness, which is always a concern on Magic Online. And they are going face. Just waiting for them to tap their other Mishra's Factory, and then I'll concede. Yep, found the line. Oh, wait, I think... Oh, no, they were activating Mishra's Factory, which buffs the Saga, which is the same thing as pumping the other factory. Okay, yeah. All right, sure. Brotherhood's End. Pick your poison. These are good. Dress Down is good versus Urza Saga. I don't know how much of how important that card is to their deck. It was important in that game, but Pick Your Poison, Brotherhood's End beat up on it pretty well too. I actually don't want Farseek in this matchup. I like all the cantrips. I don't like the one that goes down a card. I mean, the card just ends up somewhere else. It ends up in play, and maybe that's how I'm supposed to outmuscle this opponent. Okay, I'm gonna do it like this. Cutting the Farseeks, plus pick your poison, and Brotherhood's End. Now I can answer artifacts and enchantments for real. Let's get it. Okay, I will keep this hand because basically don't mulligan. There's also an argument to take the draw versus 8-rack. I've never really liked that argument, but people have made it. Commercial District. Growth Spiral, ding, love it. I'm not that susceptible to a Thoughtseize here. Yeah, they can take pick your poison. Put this land in, cast Growth Spiral. I'm doing it now before they can Orcish Bowmaster or some stupid thing. Put in Rockrin Triome, and now I have Boseiju, which is difficult to discard from my hand in the modern card pool. Thoughtseize gets savor the moment. They get to look at my Boseiju, hopefully in dismay. Saga. And the rack. They've got the hooks in already. They've had a great start here. Okay, so I should play Steam Vents, one that they already know about. I think I have to Boseiju this Saga, even if it does put me into the rack. I end up taking one here, but I'm going to take a lot more from that Urza Saga. Up to and including them putting another rack into play. Come on, chill. Thoughtseize me. Thoughtseize me. Oh, not that one. Okay, I'm going to discard Sacred Foundry so I take less damage, and Lorien Revealed or some Planeswalker are what I want to be doing here. Hedge Maze. Scalding Tar into the bin. Alright, yeah, we're just getting obliterated by 8-rack. Even have Smallpox. Awesome. This deck rules. I am getting bolted every turn from the rack now. It has run its course. I'm down to nothing. I love a Pox-style deck. I hate losing to it. This deck rules. Take 3 from the rack. I get a random draw here. I'm going to leave up to Fairy Mana and... leaving up to Fairy Mana and Brotherhood's End Mana. I'm going to cast Growth Spiral. Okay. I'm going to explore. There's only a land is like even relevant here. Okay. And I've already used both my Surveil lands. They get a 2/2, a 3/3, a 4/4. They attack for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 if they tutor a second rack. I could be at 3 starting next turn. I don't even think I have outs for this. Oh, it's Brotherhood's End. Yeah, Brotherhood's End is my only draw. I got another rack. Yeah, Brotherhood's End destroying artifacts gets me back to pseudo stability. I have to beat this Liliana still, and I'm at 3 life. Just dead to the next rack they draw at any point. Should I fetch to thin? Yes. I'm going to fetch because there are specific cards in my deck that I need to draw, and nothing else will do, and I only have 1 turn to do it. There's no Ponder, no Brainstorm going to save me here. Come on, Brotherhood's End. Chandra Hope's Beacon. She does not kill the rack. She can kill the constructs, but I die to the racks. GG's. I got excited when I saw a red card. That was a lot of fun. In the most miserable way imaginable. Next round. Introducing Club GG, the mobile platform that lets you create your own poker clubs and play with your friends anywhere. Creating a club is easy. Just download the app, set up your club, and invite your friends. If you're looking for more competition, Club GG offers an optional subscription model, giving you the freedom to choose. Becoming a Club GG member unlocks access to compete for real prizes at a fixed monthly fee and no additional cost to play. Download Club GG now and join thousands of fellow poker enthusiasts. Use code BOSH for a free 7-day trial standard membership. Club GG, where the fun of poker meets the thrill of competition. Suitable for adults 18 and over. Visit us at clubgg.net. I'm on the draw in round 3. I have Hedge Maze and Lorien Revealed. This hand is slightly better than the one-lander it appears to be. I am going to keep it. Opponent ult to 5. Spire of Industry, Springleaf Drum. Alright, looks like some Hammer. I'd love an actual land that I don't have to Lorien for. That would smooth this out quite a lot. I did spike the land. We're in there. Hedge Maze. Narset. Do I want this? It's important eventually. I don't think I'm ready for it. I'm going to put it in the graveyard for now. Hope I don't die next turn. Oh, this is not Hammer. This is Magda combo. Oh, yeah. Sacrifice 5 treasures. We're not quite there yet. Teferi is a nice one to find if I actually hit the land here. I do need to get access to white. Come on, land. Shit. Okay, Supreme Verdict's in my hand. If I'm still alive in 2 turns. Breeding Pool. They can attack with these 2 creatures. I take 4, they get 2 treasures. I think when Magda tutors, I lose. I think that's generally how this works. Toolcraft Exemplar. Beginning of combat, on your turn, if you control an artifact, it gets +2/+1 until end of turn. If you control 3 or more, it gets first strike. It's also a dwarf, randomly. Cool. Missed on the land again. I smell my imminent death. I'm going to get an island, and then I'll play another Explorer. Come on, fetch land. Oh, no. Yeah, I think we're dead. They can tutor for whatever it is that Magda's going to tutor for here, and I don't know if there's like an Omen Clock that goes infinite or what the finish is here, but whatever it is going to happen. Big beats, bunch of treasures, and we are searching the library for an artifact or dragon. Mirror Entity. Yeah, that's just lethal, huh? All right, GG. Okay. Yep, this was not the matchup to keep a hand that needed a little help with. To be fair, I didn't miss a land drop. Not an honest land drop. I did lose the land drops that my spells were supposed to provide. Okay, Brotherhood's End, Subtlety, Curse Totem are cards I'm interested in. I think Chandra's Hope's Beacon is too heavy. The Savor the Moments are actually like pretty awkward. And I think in the main deck, maybe it's okay because we're just focused on one thing. And then in the sideboard, it becomes like these can come out and it's fine. Okay, I'm keeping in all my ramp and then a bunch of interaction for their deck. Actual 0-lander, not even tempted. Send it. They keep this and bottom a Time Warp. I'd love to draw a green source on turn 2. Any mana gives me Teferi on 3. A green source now gives me a big Farseek development turn. Uh-oh. 4 has a lot of colors for a Magic deck. Just putting that out there. Modern can support it, but usually you want to draw a fetch land for that to be a thing. Alright, deck. Untap mana source right now. Dang it. Okay. We might just die to Magda Dwarfs 2 games in a row without playing any spells. Moth Dust Changeling. This can just shit out treasures like crazy. You tap an untapped creature you control to give this flying. You can do that any number of times, or at least any number of times that you have an untapped creature for. You can't tap the same creature multiple times. They're spending the treasure to do something. Somehow that's scarier. Invasion of Ikoria. Searching for a 1-drop Toolcraft Exemplar. Okay. And we're dead. All right. That was really shitty. I don't regret either of those keeps, but yeah, unsatisfying Magic. Cool deck, though. The NYSE Open is a prestigious, long-running vintage tournament based out of New York City. It's returning again this summer, June 22nd, 2024 in Plainview, New York. This 15 proxy event has a $500 entry. That's a lot of money, but what are we playing for? First place gets a Black Lotus. 2nd through 8th place get Time Twister, Time Walk, and all 5 Moxen. At 115 players, a playset of Bizarre Baghdad is added to the prize pool. At 135, 4 Mishra's Workshops. At 155, 4 foil Gaia's Cradle. This prize pool is better than Eternal Weekend. If you think it's worth playing for, sign up for the event on melee.gg or use the link in the video description, and I will definitely see you there. On the play for round 4, my hand is the opposite of last round where I had no lands. I'm going to keep this. Maybe this is crazy, but also I feel like my spells are pretty high impact in general. Opponent also mulled a 4. I wonder if they're playing Dredge or if they are just unlucky. Let's see what happens here. Oh, Tron. All right. I don't feel bad for them. Tron is a deck that would mull a 4 and be pretty okay with it. Hedge Maze, get some selection. Time Warp. I do want that eventually to win the game with. It's not the Growth Spiral I was looking for this turn, but it will be good someday. They pop their Sphere. Oh, a 2nd tower. That's good. That's a small moment of relief that they're not going to turn 3 Tron me. Tutored for a power plant. They don't have a mine, or else they would have played it. All right, come on, card selection. Let's find a good spell, something useful. Fires, I'll take that. And Fires is pretty awkward without any force in my hand. I just play that and pass. That's what happens when you don't ramp. There's a power plant. There's a map. Okay, they will have Tron next turn. Okay. 4-drop? Okay, Growth Spiral. I can do that. Island, Fires, Growth Spiral, put in Sacred Foundry. And in next turn, I can start doing cool stuff. We'll see what comes out of this Tron. If it's like a Worm Coil engine, I don't really care. The One Ring, I think that's okay for me, but they do have 6 mana right now and 4 cards still in their hand. All right, Worm Coil engine. That's the thing I said I don't care about. Let's see if it's true. Draw for turn. I'm going to play a fetch land, and I am going to fetch to increase the density of good cards in my deck. Chandra, cast with Fires. It's the wrong Chandra, unfortunately. I have one of each in the deck, and this is the one that does not double my Time Warp, unfortunately. And however many turns in a row I take here, they have protection until their next turn. Growth Spiral, cast with Fires. Otawara. I actually like that. That can bounce the Worm Coil. I can also just exile Worm Coil. Yeah, I'm going -6 here. Get that out. And I might as well play the Plains. I have nothing going on but big dreams. And they're taking damage from the Ring and from Chandra. I could bounce the Ring here, and then they draw fewer cards. I don't think that's how I'm going to win this game. Ugin the Spirit Dragon. I'm not going to win through Ugin either. I hope they plus on Chandra rather than minus. They minused. Coward. Okay, Chandra, X damage to target creature or planeswalker. I'm going to Otawara my own Chandra. Let's pick that right back up. And then Fires of Invention goes. Ancient Stirrings. Found a Karn the Great Creator. Relic of Progenitus. Exiling graveyards, drawing a card, okay. Fetch in the end step. I'll get this Hallowed Fountain, I suppose. It's as good as anything. Savor the moment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Dang, 1 short. That would have been so sick. I can attack Ugin with Chandra, or with Celestial Colonnade, or I can boop it with Chandra. Yeah, I guess I boop it with Chandra. How nuts would that Savor the Moment have been, though, with 1 more land? We probably die to something out of Karn here, but if we don't, I do have multiple Chandra turns in a row. The Ring plus Emblem is applying some pressure to them. Another One Ring, no longer under any pressure, unless they want to be. 6 cards in hand, one of them's Karn Great Creator, which my Chandra in play can pick off Karn if it doesn't immediately kill me. They have 9 mana, 1 short of Ulamog. Karn, 4 in the pool. I imagine they gotta have just like a Pithing Needle or some shit that can kill Chandra here. Yep, Pithing Needle it is. So now I want to draw to Fairy. Bounce the Needle. Activate Chandra. Savor the Moment. Sphere. Remember when they mulled to 4? I barely do. Was that a different game? Was that a different universe than the one we currently live in? Teferi. Oh! Call it out. It's always there. Okay, what do I do with this information? And Savor the Moment's not actually that good, is the problem. Okay. White, blue. I will play Teferi. I'm going to bounce this Pithing Needle. Found another Teferi. I can plus Chandra. This Oblivion Stone is a problem. I just plus Chandra multiple times. I can minus clear Karn and then plus Chandra. Alright, I'm going to deal 3 to Karn. And then I'm going to Savor the Moment. Leaving up mana for... Alright, how can I tap this, ideally? I'm just going to leave up mana for Growth Spiral. Can I leave up mana for Teferi? Does that matter? Playing Teferi into Oblivion Stone just doesn't matter. Okay. I don't think I need to leave white up. I'll just leave up mana for the ramp cards. I don't untap this turn. Plus Teferi, plus Chandra. Now opponent's taking 2 per turn. Yeah, like bouncing O-Stone doesn't matter because they have the mana to replay it and still get me. Okay, Ring deals 0 damage to them. They love doing stuff in their upkeep. Just before even drawing for turn, just like, bah, Oblivion Stone. Okay, sure. What if you drew a card that needed that mana? Okay, Ancient Stirrings on the stack. Found a Karn. We know there's a Pithing Needle in their hand. Karn's making a wish for Sundering Titan. That card's very good. Can't cast it yet. Pithing Needle. Are they going to name Teferi? I am randomly holding one. Okay, they renamed Chandra. I only have one of those. It's okay. Beseiju Who Endures. I can take them off Tron, but not really because they're holding an expedition map. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And Colonnade has Vige. So I can clear Karn, or I can just go face for 4. I feel like going face for 4 is a huge mistake. Okay. I think I should Teferi first, because it doesn't affect my mana, and it would stop them from doing any tricks. Okay, Teferi. I can bounce. Nothing effective. Celestial Colonnade wakes up. Attack Karn. I think I actually plus Teferi here. Then that can bounce Sundering Titan. That doesn't feel good. But it's what I got. And I have lands of 4 basic land types. They can easily kill 4 lands here. They can't kill the Colonnade, though. Not a land that has types. Sunny T. It's beating up my dual lands, of course. They can take me off white. Or no, they can't. I have a basic. Okay. I mean, I can play Beseiju, activate Colonnade, get in for... Oh, their expedition mapping, if they have a Ghost Quarter or some garbage, or a Beseiju. Okay, I can float mana. I would like to use this ability. There's no green source I can get. I guess I will just get Seed Vents. Okay, I can Beseiju the Sundering Titan, and then just hope that the Chandra emblems carry. Okay, blue, red, and an extra green. Beseiju targeting Sundering Titan. Spend the red. I get to kill a bunch more lands here. Then I can grow Spiral. Bouncing it does the same thing. It's when it enters or leaves play. So, like, bouncing it with Teferi doesn't get me out of anything. Time Warp plus Teferi. Okay. They're taking 2 a turn. And let's hope that holds. Take your Chandra beats down to 9. You're tapping the ring. Time to get that damage in. Karn the Great Creator. Oh, with infinite mana, I think you should be able to win. Cityscape Leveler, that kills Teferi. And I'm dead in 2 hits here. They're dead in 5. I cannot explore with this Power Stone. Oh, they're actually dead in 3, but I'm still not winning the race, but the ring is helping me out here. Oh, and they can plus on the ring if they want to just attack for 12. That doesn't change the clock, though. Oh, and I can't use my Power Stones because of Karn. What a combo. Karn's grabbing another thing. Walking Ballista. That'll do it. Okay. They managed to figure that one out. I like Subtlety. Buys me time versus their big Planeswalker plays. Mystical Dispute is pretty bad. I would bring in any hard counter I had. If I just had, like, actual counterspell or absorb or just anything at all, I would bring it in. Brotherhood's End, clearing out artifacts. It's not nothing, but it's also not good. Pick your poison. Second artifact, second enchantment. They might have enough around that they don't care about this. Definitely want Subtlety, and then maybe pick your poison. I think Supreme Verdict can come out. I'm actually pretty good at answering their creatures. It's not the creatures that killed me, it was the 4 or 5 Planeswalkers they played that game. Oblivion Stone is a problem. Maybe I do need Pick Your Poison in. Where would I put it, if so? Over a Savor the Moment? Oh, it's easy to board out. Teferi's not that good in this matchup. I do like the cantripping, though. I think I'm going to cut a Growth Spiral. And I'll do it like that. Okay, keep. Opponent kept 7. They just throttled me on 4. Oh, look at this value. Commercial District on top. I'm going to Growth Spiral into that next turn. Look at more cards. Just can't stop me. Relic of Progenitus, okay. Growth Spiral. Put in the District. Get some more selection. Busted. Hallowed Fountain. I do want this card. Ooh, that's not a natural Tron. It's a slow, unnatural Tron. There's no such thing as natural Tron. It's always unnatural. Garfield didn't want this. I'm going to Narset and start plussing. Let Explorer in my hand. Let's go. I could rebound a Lorien Field next turn. That's pretty good. There's a tower. Stirrings. Actually, if this Narset emblems, I don't think Tron can reasonably win. Your opponents can't cast non-creature spells. That's Tron's whole shit. Oblivion Stone is a card I'm worried about. Growth Spiral. This is a +1. Ah, that's so slow. I could Lorien Revealed like crazy here. That's probably the way to do this. Okay, fetch. I don't need double white. I do need double red for some stuff. I have double green. Okay, I'm going to get Steam Vents. And then my next sorcery has Rebound. How about this one? Boom. Give me those cards. Go to 7 in hand, Subtlety. If they have a Tron land here, I'm in some trouble. Because the O-Stone just gets to sit and play. Or the missing Tron land, not any Tron land. But if they have a mine, which they do, of course, because it's Tron. That's how this works. They kept 7. The One Ring, I can't interact with that meaningfully. And the O-Stone comes in. I can't bounce the O-Stone, but they can just replay it on the following turn. Okay, I'm going to have so many cards here. Cast without paying its mana cost. Drew a million. None of them are extra turn spells. I hate that for me. Just rebounding a Time Warp here might actually get something going. Yeah, I'm going to start with Teferi. Bounce the Oblivion Stone. And then I can Growth Spiral or Explore into multiple lands here. I can Explore into a Farseek. That is a line that is available. Fetch. Get this Forest. Explore. Another land. Fetch. I'll get Breeding Pool. Zap that in. And Narset's going to get Oblivion Stoned anyway, so I'll copy this Farseek. Put Sacred Foundry into play. And I'm going to have to end my turn, discarding probably Misty Rainforest. I'm going to be close to out of fetchables after this Farseek resolves in my upkeep. Ulamog. If this goes after my 2 Planeswalkers, it's actually fine. Yeah, okay. So Ulamog eats the Planeswalkers. And I could Subtlety it. It ends up being cast again, whether I Subtlety it or bounce it with Teferi. Okay, I'll just let it in. Farseek rebounds. Get Rockrin Triome. Pick your poison. And they do have... This is exactly the situation I was worried about, where they have an extra thing. This Chromatic Sphere means I can't pick the poison on the One Ring. I could Teferi bounce the Sphere and then eat the One Ring, but then I have no answer to Ulamog. Alright, Teferi, get in there. I'm going to cast Teferi, bounce Ulamog, feels bad, but we're doing it. Fires of Invention. That means I can't Subtlety anymore. Everything feels bad here. I could Lorien Revealed and just try to make sure I have an extra turn lined up next turn. If they Ulamog like Teferi and a land, I could also just Explore and Growth Spiral here, pitch Subtlety. Alright, I'm going to do that. I'm prepared to pitch cast this Subtlety. I would like to see more cards. Explore. Okay, I did hit a land drop. Unfortunately, that's a very easy land for them to choose to exile. But if my master plan is to Subtlety and then take all the turns for the rest of the game, I'm going to need some help anyway. I'm actually more worried about the O-Stone than the Ulamog. Hey, Ulamog again. Oh, they're just going after lands now. They figured it out. Hate that for me. Okay. Do I even Subtlety this shitter? Yeah, probably, because if it starts attacking, life is just unlivable. Scoreboard. Got him. Set up the third Ulamog trigger of the match. They draw Ulamog right away. Cast Stirrings. This does leave them with 1 artifact in play at the moment for Pick Your Poison. Nope, not anymore. They revealed a One Ring, then played a map from hand. Alright, come on. Time Warp off the top. Time Warp. Time Warp. Time Warp. It's not a Time Warp. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Even if I do Time Warp, even if I do find a Time Warp, I can't play it here. Because if I play Fires, that's my spell. If I Lorien Revealed, that's my next spell. Alright, I think I have to Fires. Alright, Fires, Lorien Revealed. And those are my spells for the turn. I did draw a backup Fires. If they play Ulamog and target Fires plus Teferi, I still have not found an extra turn spell. Not one. I'm 34 cards into my deck. Even a Savor the Moment would keep this party going. Oh, can't play any spells, so you got it. They did go after Teferi and other homie, Fires. That's good news. Because I can replace the Fires and Teferi wasn't doing anything anyway. Replayed the new ring. I don't believe I have a fetchable for this Misty left. I can Growth Spiral now. The shields are down. Come on, time warp. Oh my god. Okay. Come on, deck. How about a time warp? Another fires. Okay, Lorian revealed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is an outrage. Well, I can bounce Ulamog again. Get out of here. Play another Scalding Tarn. There are 20 cards left in my deck. I have 7 extra turn spells, for those keeping track at home. They're almost at the point where they can Ulamog and do other shit. This Karn, that resolves. I can Subtlety a Walking Ballista. I can Subtlety a Sundering Titan. Okay, Subtlety the Sundering Titan, pitching a Narset. Put this on top of your deck, please. They can tap the ring to draw it, but they need another 6 mana somewhere. Sylvan Scrying, that shuffles away the Sundering Titan. That's questionable. Sanctum of Ugin, I guess they could retutor that. Alright, sure. Like, they could have just tapped the ring and had it. Alright. Time warp, time warp, time warp. Time warp, time warp. Oh my god. Okay, what does any of this do? 19 cards left in my deck. Exile the top 5 cards of your library. Until the end of your next turn, you may cast an instant or sorcery from them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. Not even close. Not close to a save of the moment either. I'm pretty sure I'm out of fetchables, but I'm going to fetch just to make sure. I think there's a basic planes in my deck. Yep. And here's all 7 of these spells. Got it. Got it. Understood. All right. How do I want to play this game now? Plus Teferi, that part's free. Chandra can kill Karn, but I don't think that matters anymore. Narset can plus, but I'll be at my 2 spells if I play fires. Alright, I'm going to play fires. And I could play Chandra Hope's Beacon and plus. I think I just have to clear the Karn with this Chandra. Somebody do the math. I've looked at more than 2/3 of my deck and haven't seen a 7 of. Frank Karsten, we need you now. Yep, Oblivion Stone. Blowing the Oblivion Stone. They have 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10. Or 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, they have 10 mana left for Ulamog, which can trigger Sanctum of Ugin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I have one more shot at fires here. They can't take me off red entirely. I will still have 6 mana. Alright, deck. Time Warp or Savor the Moment. For F's sake. 18 cards remain in the deck. Come on now. Extra turn spell, please. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Are you saying there's a chance? Fires of Invention. Time Warp. Target me. Okay, give me another turn, please. Can I hit another one? I do need another one now. But this is the first glimmer of hope we've had. Fires of Invention, god damn it. Okay, whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, copy it. You can cast spells with mana value. Yeah, this does not specify from my hand. I can Chandra with fires plus Chandra see a third of my deck. Oh, this does exile all of them, though. Can I even win this game anymore? I'm not even convinced I can. Okay. Exile my cards. Time Warp. Cast with Fires of Invention with Chandra's Hope's Beacon. Target me. This gives me 2 turns because Chandra doubles the first instant or sorcery you play in a turn. Okay, there's 12 cards left in my deck. I have 2 turns in a row now. I'm not even convinced I can win anymore. Not gonna lie. What got exiled? A bunch of lands, actually. It's not too bad. Draw for turn. Savor the moment. Okay. I can Narset. Cast Narset with Fires. Give Savor the Moment. Rebound. Cast this with Fires. Rebound it. And I copy it. So I have 3 turns in a row now, plus another turn. So I have 4 turns in a row right now. Bang. 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 Plus this Chandra, add 2 colors of mana. Yeah, what I have to do to win this game is burn them out with Chandra. I have 3 turns in the bank, 1 coming, plus the 2, and then I rebound the thing, which also triggers Chandra. So 3, 4, 5 turns in a row. We might do this. And then I'll time out in game 3. Okay, here we go. First spell. Chandra copies it. Okay, at least we're doing the damn thing. I wish I did it 18 minutes ago, but we are doing it. Okay, plus Chandra, add 2 mana. It doesn't matter what. Narset. When you cast your next instant or sorcery from your hand this turn, it gains a rebound. I will cast Time Warp targeting me. This rebounds. Okay, I have plenty here to win the game with Chandra before I run out of turns. Scoreboard, opponent. Where did all my time go? I feel like I wasn't even playing that slow, but whatever. I've honestly lost track of how many turns I have, but the answer is enough. I just have to get Chandra to 16 and then dome my opponent. Celestial Colonnade also can win the game. Plus Narset. I'll put Explorer in my hand. And I do have a spell, so you can sack an artifact. I don't think they cast that One Ring this turn. I think it's just been in play for a while. If they have protection, then none of this matters. Chandra. Okay, I can choose my opponent. They don't have protection. All right, good news. Add 2 mana in any combination of colors. Savor the moment. I'm going to rebound this. Rebound, savor. Bang. The deck's doing the thing. I will at least give it that. And I'm actually not going to cast Explorer. I will cast this Backup Fires, though. And attacking them with Colonnade would take a turn. Or I don't have white. Never mind. Or I could make white with Chandra. It could happen. All right. There's a line here. Rebound this. It gets copied. Plus this Chandra, add white, white. Animate Celestial Colonnade. Attack for 4. I could have saved some time here. I'm not even going to try game 3. I'm going to concede, but I am going to get this W on the board. Savor the moment. Look at my top card. It is Castle Vantress. It can stay there. Chandra. X damage to each of up to 2 things. Ulamog and opponent. How's 15 damage feel? Bang! Yeah, we did it! Okay, that was sweet. The deck did finally pop off. It just took finding a 7 of in the bottom 18 cards in my deck to do it. We could have done that any reasonable time frame. This deck literally cannot win in 2 minutes. I'm just going to hit submit and then concede the match to move on with the video. But we did it! On to the final round. Welcome to TopDeck.gg, your community's home for everything competitive Magic has to offer. If you're hosting an event, playing for a huge prize, or advertising your events to thousands of players, we've got you covered. Using intuitive pairing software, playing Magic is a breeze. Players just have to sign up online, then scan the QR code in-store. Give competitors the gift of perfect information as their bracket updates in real time. The self-reporting software saves you time and leaves paper match slips in the past. Leave the heavy lifting to TopDeck.gg so your community can relax and focus on playing Magic. On the draw for the final round, I'm going to keep this hand. It ramps and does stuff. Guaranteed turn 3 fires here with the Farseek. Don't even have to count on Growth Spiral to hit anything. Try to manage my clock better this time. I don't even know what happened last round. I just looked down and suddenly had 4 minutes on my clock. Arid Mesa. Mountain. Lava Spike. Oh, we're doing this. Okay. Well, I'm going to play Misty Rainforest. My plan is to fetch for the Commercial District. But if they have Roiling Vortex, I can never win. My whole deck is about casting spells for 0 mana. I fetch Commercial District. Teferi Time Raveler. I don't hate that. It will be useful at some point. It bounces a Roiling Vortex. All of Storm Giants, Farseek for Hedge Maze. This mana base makes me really happy. I'm not going to lie. Like Farseeking for... Alright, another save of the moment. I can take a bunch of turns in a row starting next turn. But Farseeking for Surveil lands and having creature lands in the mix, doing whatever here, this makes me really happy. I went to 12 in the end step from a Boros Charm. Let's see what happens here. Don't Roiling Vortex me. Alright, I'm at 8 from a Boros Charm again. And Skewer the Critics. I'm at 5. Can I take every turn for the rest of the game now? Breeding Pool, zap it in. Fires of Invention is spell number 1. Savor the Moment is spell number 2. And time to pop. Let's go. Bonus turn. I'd love a land to cast Lorien Revealed. Nice. Alright, land. Lorien Revealed, cast with fires. And I'm going to Time Warp. Or does that matter? I'm going to Savor, actually. Because if I draw Narset next turn, Time Warp is something I'd rather copy. It is my turn again. And I can go Teferi with fires, minus on nothing. See what I hit. Another fires. Time warp myself. We're running out of juice here. There's no doublers. I did take a million turns in a row, but didn't find any of the Narset stuff. Explore. Okay. Grow Spiral. Cast this with fires. Island goes in. Hall of Storm Giants. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is not going to win me the game. Explore. Plains. Plus Teferi. Play Beseiju as land for turn. This lets me fire up the Hall. And then we just die to literally whatever. But that was an exciting flurry. I like that Magic Online is calling this turn 6 now, even though it's clearly my opponent's third turn. Oh, drew a Sunbaked Canyon. Please miss. Please miss. Attack me with Goblin Guide, then pass. Give me one more shot at this. I need it. Oh my god, they're passing the turn. Okay, I need to find 1 damage here. Cards like Goblin Guide deal 2, Swift Spear deals 1. I'm thinking about fetching to thin here versus taking a draw. I think I have to take the draw. Because they clearly don't have anything or they would have done it. Teferi's a rebuy. Okay. If I can Teferi into another spell, we're doing it. Target nothing. Come on. Extra turn spell. Time warp. Oh no. Well, I'll put you to 1 and then hope your deck fails to deliver in another 2 cards. There are very few combinations of 5 cards in burn that don't deal 3 damage. Okay, go. Maybe I'll tap Sunbaked Canyon by accident. Nope, needed to draw a card. Oh, 1 turn too late. And Goblin Guide doesn't do it. Roiling Vortex doesn't do it. Anything they tap 3 mana for will do it. Yeah, just hard cast. Skewer. Oh, that was so tight. Ah, Savor the Moment was my next card. Okay. Okay. That was fun. I don't really have a plan for this matchup. We're probably just going to get smeared. This is something you could address out of the sideboard if you wanted to work harder on it. As boring as it is, this deck should probably play the One Ring. That's a easy way to keep cards flowing under Fires of Invention, and eventually you can just play another Ring or Teferi to bounce it. Yeah, that would be a big upgrade for this deck. I think I need to bring in Pick Your Poisons out of respect for Roiling Vortex, because I can never, ever, 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 ever beat that card. I'm going to cut Supreme Verdict as well. If they're dealing damage with that many creatures on turn 4, I'm probably dead already. I could bring in Subtleties just as literally anything that could like deal with a Goblin Guide on turn 1 or something and take some pressure off. Or I could just focus on my plan. I'm going to focus on my plan. I don't have a great plan for this matchup no matter what. Certainly not the mono blue hand. This one works. Keep it and bottom. It's either Grow Spiral or Teferi. I think it's Teferi. Which is tough because Teferi is an answer to Roiling Vortex. But I need to make sure I can cast my spells first. Suspended Riftbolt. Yeah, Teferi wouldn't have been in time to eat that thing. Commercial District. Into Hall of Storm Giant. Same way we started last game. I'll keep the Hallowed Fountain. I am looking for lands here. And that gives me a for sure hit off this Explore. Hallowed Fountain tapped. Narset is almost ready. I just need a land. Their second land and pass. This is a land, but not till next turn. Okay, cycle Lorien, get Hedge Maze, play Hedge Maze. Scalding Tarn, do I want this? I can Growth Spiral. I'm actually going to bin this. I need to start chaining together spells. Land number 5 is important eventually for Time Warp, but I hope to find that eventually, not now. I need the Time Warp before. I would rather have the Time Warp and need a land than have a land and need a Time Warp. Sunbaked Canyon, Stomping Ground is weird. Grow Spiraling the end step. There's the Time Warp. Okay. Well, I would have ended up with both if I had committed. Fires. I think I want to play Narset. Or if I Savor and then Narset takes 2 turns after that. All right, I'm going to Savor. Burn can just easily deal 12 is the problem. Oh god, they have Destructive Revelry. All right, so now they time walked me instead of me time walking them. Because now I go to this turn where I have no mana. And now I pass the turn into them. Ouch. Yeah, I was suspicious of the Stomping Ground, but couldn't play around it. Can they deal 7? Roiling Vortex, FML, and Eidolon. I don't care about Eidolon. The Roiling Vortex is unbeatable, though. Shame, too, because I am almost there. Okay, so if I Island Cycle for a basic... I also take 1 in my upkeep. Yeah, this is exactly checkmate. Okay. What happens if I Transcend Narset? I'm just trying to think if there's anything I can do here. They attack me for 2, ping for 3, then I don't get any free spells. Yep. Roiling Vortex, unbeatable as imagined. Okay. This was a lot of fun. It was pretty rough. I mean, it needs work. I think what it needs is the One Ring. Honestly, as boring and stupid as that is, the One Ring is a phenomenal thing to be doing when you're digging through your deck, taking a bunch of turns in a row. The fires with Teferi and other One Rings can answer your One Ring once One Ring damage adds up too far. And at some point you can just stop tapping it and you're fine. We did watch the deck pop off. We did witness it. It is possible. We also had a few games, like the 1 versus Burn and the 1 versus 8-Rack, where the Hollow Storm Giants did get going, and it was up to them to kill us, and we were 1 extra turn spell short. Savor the Moment costing 3 is pretty important and powerful, but also if our plan is to inflict damage with creature lands, you can't be savoring the moment that much. I've done a Scryfall search for modern legal cards that say take an extra turn, and most of them are pretty bad. Halrin's Epiphany, I mean, costing 7 is a big deal for fires if we are being a fires deck versus a taking turns deck with Howling Mine and stuff. Karn's Temporal Sundering, you have to control a legendary creature or planeswalker to cast this card. It does cost 6, which is approachable. It's a lot better than 7. And we do have planeswalkers, but we would hate to spike a turn where the coast is clear, but we can't actually cast our spell because our planeswalker got removed. Nexus of Fate is a respectable endgame, especially if we're doing something like Search for Azcanta, where we can dig with our mana and then cast Nexus. Part the Water Veil costs 6. I think Temporal Mastery is a little too random. Maybe if we had deck manipulation, if we had Jace the Mind Sculptor in the deck, maybe this is better. And there's not a lot of this effect in the format, which is probably good for the format. Like, taking extra turns should not be plentiful at low mana values in a healthy format. But yeah, I think if you have something like 1 or 2 Nexus of Fate at the top, 1 or 2 Savor the Moment at the bottom to get the chain going, but then you chain that into the One Ring, and then you draw 2, 3, 4, 5, and beyond cards per turn. Eventually you're looping Nexus of Fate out of an empty deck. That might be the way to actually play this. This might be too much ramp. Like, these slots are going to have to come from somewhere. The ramp spells are all great. The games where we had ramp felt a lot better than the ones that we didn't. I also suspect that Farseek is probably better than Growth Spiral. The guaranteed land, because there were some spots where I kept a 2-lander with a Growth Spiral and then just didn't draw a land in 3 looks, and then 2-mana draw a card is a bad card. But ramp is good, especially because you can Farseek for the Surveil duels. That's really big. That's card selection in your... Like, you're a combo deck trying to set something up, and Farseek ramps for that setup, and you get to set it up. I think that's cool. So probably fewer Growth Spirals, more Farseeks, Seagate Restoration, Supreme Verdict, 2 of the Savor the Moments, get some One Rings and Nexus of Fates in here, and try it again. That's my assessment of this deck. This was a lot of fun to play, even if we didn't do a lot of winning. Chris, thanks you for sharing it. I hope this league can help you on your journey to fine-tune this deck. Thank you all for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, check out the Patreon, and I'll see you next time.